something about all these Muslims in philosophy, in sciences, in the society now, just after the Second World War, all these people who built this society for it to be the way it is. It's an acknowledgement of this contribution, and not to ask the sons and the daughters, prove us that you are integrated. No, we have to study, we have to teach what was done by the people, because this is a great contribution. It's a great contribution. And sometimes our fathers and our mothers, they were not educated. They came here just out of economic exile, but they did a great job. Let officially this to be recognized in our schools. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way to get this sense of belonging. There is also something that I want to say here very quickly about something which has to do with the domestic issues. Very often when it comes to, the sense of belonging is also to speak about this kind of education in our society. Also to speak about this common memory, to have a common history of diverse memories. This is something which is quite important. It's also for the Muslims, and I was always happy with what the MCB tried and is succeeding to do, is to come with all these different trends coming from the Shia and the Sunni and other different. This is essential. There is no future for Muslims if they don't acknowledge from within that there is a diversity of views. There is something in Islam. There is some. I'm sorry, I have just 3 minutes, so let me finish. And because here, really, it's important. This accepted diversity between Muslims. It's really this which has to do with respect, to accept this as something which is part of Islam. One Islam, many interpretations, many cultures, many views. This is the way forward, and this is what we have to acknowledge, and this is what the government should acknowledge. We don't only have moderate Muslims that should be listened to because they say exactly what we want them to say. Yes, they are conservative. As long as someone is not advocating violence or acting against the rule of law, he or she should be listened to. He or she should be listened to. We are within the rule of law. This is the critical debate. I may disagree, but I'm going to listen to you. Because the only way is to challenge your views, not to ask you to disappear. Because if you disappear from my side, I know that you are going to work on the ground. It's not the way forward. It's not the way forward for all of us. So the two other fields, the first one, which is so important for all of us, is really to be involved in our societies. And this is where sometimes the Muslims, and we heard exactly the opposite today, and I'm very happy with this, and I think this is the way forward. We have to be present in all the spheres of our society, in all the fields. We speak about social justice, we speak about unemployment, we speak about security, we speak about gangs, we speak about violence, we speak about the environment. We should be here in every single issue. We are not only Muslim British citizens or British Muslim citizens being present when we speak about Islam. You cannot tell to the people, I belong to this country, I'm only to be heard when we speak about Islam. I want us, all the Muslims, as British Muslims, as British citizens, as European citizens, to speak about all the issues. Everything is my concern, because this is the future of my society. This is something which is a very important involvement. This is why we should be involved in elections, we should be elected, we should have politicians, and the politicians are not Muslim politicians. They are politicians for all the British people. They are not representing a specific community, they are representing principles. They are representing ideals. They are representing objectives. They are not here for a specific religious community, they are here for the common good. If only you understand the right way to deal with politics. So the last point, and this is what I call, I'm advocating the new we. The new we is exactly what you are uploading now. Is that we feel that we are home and that we belong to our principles. We also have to be loyal with our country. So when I'm speaking about the 3 L's that are very important, to abide by the law of the country, to get the language of the country, and to be loyal to the country. And as I said, loyalty is a critical loyalty. So the 3 L's are very important, but we also have to talk at the international level with issues that have an impact on what is happening within. But this is something also that we have to say to all the citizens and also the Muslims. Yes, we have concerns about Palestine, about Afghanistan, about Iraq, but also about what is happening and going on now in Africa, in Haiti, in Darfur, in people where people are tortured. We have to show concerns for every single issue. Is there someone in this room who thinks that the foreign policy of this country cannot be improved? We all think it could be improved. So let us play our game. Let us play our role to make it better tomorrow than it is today. In the Muslim majority countries, as well as in Africa or in Asia. But the government should also understand that the good Muslims are not only the supportive Muslims. The future is also to do with critical, constructive Muslim voices saying what you are doing is wrong. So, my conclusion here, it's all this can be done only if we trust each other. And to trust means that we are meeting here, that we are talking to each other, that we are listening to each other, that we are building together. It's not only a round table, it's to be active together, it's to work together, it's to listen to each other. It's to be able today to say, you are my fellow citizen, you are elected in this country, I'm going to vote, or I am going to try to be elected, and then the critical discussion is an open discussion with transparency, with a constructive critical debate. This is where we have to be present. In all the discussion, we should be able to speak about environment and global warming, as well as we should be able to speak about the gangs in our streets, because at the end of the day, we are all victims of what is happening in this country. Let us, please, let us come to this understanding. This is the new we. This is where we should be heard. So the good Muslim is the one who is trying to be consistent with her or his value. He speaks, or she speaks, or he speaks his or her mind, and at the same time, he's able to be heard by the government. And please, no victim mentality with the media as well. Yes, we have a great deal here. There are problems, but journalists are also citizens. Let us talk to them as citizens. Come, sit, we have something to tell you, because it may be that you are representing the future in a way which is damaging for all of us. Let us be responsible and committed. Thank you.